Okay, we're ready to go.
All right, we will call the meeting to order. It's, I believe, 3:32. I'd like to ask for approval of the agenda. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add to it? I have one thing, someone, maybe Amy, you can count on the agenda, the bylaw approval. I know it went through the commissioners the second time. So should that be a,
Yeah, I forgot to include that in your packet, but I'll send you updated bylaws for the next agenda.
okay. All right, so can I get a,
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
thank you, Laura, second? Melissa, okay. All right, so the agenda is approved. Is there any questions about the minutes from last month? The minutes?
There was a change, Lenny, that you wanted that I'm not sure got in there. You texted me.
I did?
The durable medical equipment, I think.
Okay. What, I don't remember. I know we're doing it, but, well, is there something we didn't write down? Is that what you're saying, Chris?
Well, if you don't remember, then I don't either. I'll look.
Well, I know Jen commented on it last month. We're sharing durable equipment with a few people.
Is that what didn't get in here? Okay.
You know, well, you can include it for this time.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions on the minutes? Can I get a motion to approve them?
I move.
Thank you, Chris. Any second?
I'll second.
Okay, Laura. The minutes are passed, approved from last month.
We have to vote first.
Oh, sorry. Can we, we'll have to vote on the agenda. All in favor of the agenda?
Oh, aye.
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 Opposed? All right, agenda passed. How about the minutes? All in favor of the minutes?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so now both things have passed. That's beautiful. Okay, items of business. It doesn't look like Charlie's here. Charlie, are you out there? Okay,
Oh, you know what? Hold on. He wants to be admitted.
he wants to be
He's
admitted.
joining right now.
Is there the password? Hi, Trace.
Can't hear you, Tracy.
Oh, you're muted, Tracy.
Sorry, I was having trouble connecting.
Okay, Melissa, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you
Yes.
loud and clear. Okay.
Perfect. Hi, everyone.
Oh, hey, Charlie. It was nice to meet you the other day. Glad you could make it. Do you have anything? Charlie, do you have anything to share?
Yeah. The one thing real quick is I can only stay for like a handful of minutes, but I appreciate you giving me a chance to say something. It was good to meet almost every one of you. And also, I'm our county commissioner, if you didn't know, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas about what we could do for seniors in Oakland County related to the COVID relief dollars that have started flowing in. So I know I talked to you, Mr. Smith. You mentioned, you know, you might have some thoughts about like probate court stuff. So any thoughts are welcome.
Okay, anybody have anything to respond to Charlie on that? Well, Charlie, we'll think about it.
Thanks,
Anything
Charlie.
else you want to share?
Can I say one thing, Lenny?
Yeah, I can't see Heidi, so.
I know, I got it. I don't know about the COVID dollars, but I just tried to go through the process of the FEMA reimbursement for funeral expenses. And I can tell you it's just a little bit of a nightmare. So I just wondered if there's any way that anybody at Oakland County could help seniors get through that process. Cause it was difficult.
Great thought. Yeah, I can talk to the AAA 1B because they, I talked with them before about, senior assistance for filing taxes. And so this is kind of in the same sort of vein, if I'm understanding you, is like paperwork is paperwork. So if someone can help seniors fill out paperwork or make it easier, is that what you? Cool. Okay.
It's a lot of, I mean, I don't know about the offline, but the online wasn't real user friendly, and offline's probably a whole lot worse. And I don't even know how people that have to call for the whatever you have to fill out, and then they do like identity checks online. It was pretty arduous and it didn't go well with uploading documents and all that. But yeah, I think it would be helpful if people could get assistance.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, anybody else have anything for Charlie? It was nice to meet you, Charlie, and thank you. Okay, report subcommittees. We're not having an update on that at the moment, but we will have something that was brought up by that later in the meeting. Senior student interaction programs. I don't know if any of you were involved in the technology training. Is anybody out there that's on our meeting today that experienced that? No. Okay. I know they had 2 meetings. I did speak with Morgan, who was one of the leaders of this, and she indicated that in April there was about 8 or 9 people who attended. She said actually 5 to 10. That's a pretty wide gap, and that there were 3 people in May. So it seems like there were not a lot of people who want to do that. We won't be able to do it again until fall if should the need arise and people want to. But she's going to she's a junior and she'll be a senior next year, and she's going to try to find a junior to work with her if we should want to do this again, so that there'll be some kind of a connection between the school years. I also have spoken with, hang on one second, with Sarah Noble, who's in charge of the choir, and she works with a group, the Music Honor Society, called Tri-M. And I'm going to meet with her or talk with her on June 8th before the school year ends, and see if we can set up a couple of programs for next year with these music honor students, gearing towards Older Americans Month next May, with a performance that they would do in honor of older Americans, and perhaps having something to do in the fall. Once kids get rolling, maybe a dress rehearsal for one of their concerts, or maybe the holiday concerts. We could all organize some kind of gathering and meet for the holiday concert. So there's some fun things that could come up with kids in music in the schools. Does anybody else have any suggestions of things they would like to share or do or involve the students from the schools with? Think about it. If you come up with something, let me know and we'll push.
Lenny, we had talked about the dancers from CASA. I don't know if you still have that written down on your.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. They used to come here for and put on a show for the kids next door, but they do a really good job. It'd be a nice thing for seniors too.
Okay. Tracy, maybe you can give me a name tomorrow or something. Who to contact. Where CASA is, and
right.
We'll see if we can hook up. That's a great idea. Great idea. Love it.
Sounds good.
If they do things for children, maybe it can be an intergenerational event. Because older folks can enjoy with the young children.
And Lenny, I have a relationship.
Laura. Good. Yeah.
Lenny, I have a relationship with the director from CASA too, so I can also get in touch.
Great. All right, let's work on that. We'll talk on it tomorrow. Is that good?
And the Mamma Mia musical was a lot of fun. So if there are any other drama opportunities.
Yeah, we'll try to set up with the theater people. We have Berkeley Bear passes that are really a hot item, and they should be a lot of fun for the fall. There's always a fall drama and a spring musical, and we'll try to get involved with those. But they were talking about I was going to get to that a little bit later about the Old American Month recap, but Mamma Mia was a blast. And we got really lucky because ours was the only show that they were able to not be interrupted and do it all outside. It was great. It was great.
Even though we froze.
Even though we froze, it was cold, but but at least we weren't dressed up for Greek summer like the
No.
kids. But I did speak with Morgan, who was worked with us on our computer skills, and she was one of the leads. She was the daughter's sister or friend or something, and she had a couple of nice songs she did. I congratulate her. It was they were really cute.
And Lenny, also remember too that we weren't able to do them this year, but the teen council also wants to, once it's all safe and we can be together in one spot, wants to start up the teen years programs again. And we did the teen years bingo night. We had I almost said racquetball. What's the pickleball?
Pickleball.
Pickleball, at the rec center or, outdoors or something like that. So I know they're going to be interested in, as long as we can do all this safely, interested in starting that back up this fall too. So keep that in mind for some programs.
My fingers are crossed that we're out of COVID sooner and sooner, and next year will be a normal year. Please God.
Whatever normal is, yes, for sure.
Charlie?
Yeah, sorry to interject, but is Morgan Collins?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Cool. Do you guys know about? So Morgan's doing the free, like, internet tutorial type things, computer tutorials. But there's a woman named Katie Wallace who lives in Huntington Woods who's doing something called Boom Chicka Zoom, where for $40 she'll help anyone figure out how to do anything related to Zoom and iPad chatting with the grandkids and that sort of thing. And she's got like an MBA and all that, and she had to move home because of COVID. So while living with her parents, she went, oh, you know what? I bet I can make some money off of helping people like my parents figure out all the internet stuff. And she lives in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to, not use a free high schooler and they want to use a expensive 20-something, that might help.
All right. It's out there now. We've had this relationship with the National Honor Society. It's a nice one. But this is another opportunity for people if they're in that kind of a need. Also, Greg's not here, but pickleball, I know we're hoping to get the relationship back with Norup International School and pickleball if the schools open up. So that's another thing that could really be more fun again next year. Okay, anything else, student senior interactions? Okay, let's move on to Older Americans Month recap. Heidi, can I start with you? You guys were fabulous. They did such a nice job a couple weeks ago in front of the rec center. It was just a delight.
Whoops, sorry. Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Sorry.
How did your people feel about it? And tell us how it was for you, because you were performing.
No, it was great. I mean, no, we had a great time and everyone was just really excited to be performing for an audience. And no, I mean, I think they enjoyed it. I apologize for the technical difficulties, but a regular person was not running the equipment because of the reschedule. So, I mean, I think it went as well as it could, except for that, one song didn't get done, but it went pretty long because we didn't know there was going to be an intermission. So I think, that was fine. But no, we had a great time and everybody enjoyed it. So we thought it was fun.
We got lucky. We switched from one week to the next. The weather was nice. The show was fun. Everyone enjoyed it. It was really a great experience for everybody. It was really, I want to thank everybody who worked on these things and who participated. It was really great. It was a great start also for the for our senior program. That one and Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia was a big hit. It was cold, as we said, but it was great. And we had 13 people there. We had about 32, 34 people at your show, Heidi. And we had about 22, 24 people at the meet and greet the other night. at Hassack Park, and that turned out to be great. The police commissioner, the librarian, Tracy was there, and Jen and Colette, and all our committee. A lot of people from our committee were there, and it was just really great. It was a really nice sharing, mingling, folksy Huntington Woods at its best. It was just a really nice night. And next week, we already have about 20 people signed up, and I know there'll be more, who are going to be coming to our last event, the Artistic Salon, and that should be really nice. I'm excited. I just hope we have nice weather. Just keep my fingers crossed, but that looks like it's going to be a really nice afternoon. Anybody else have any comments on Older American Month?
I
think
just want to say thank you, Lenny, because you've done an amazing job with all of the programs as well and
Well,
all of the ideas.
it's really more than me. It's really just been everybody being involved, and it's really been fun. And Huntington Woods is a special place, and here it is again. Look at that. We're just having fun together. It's a good idea. Along that line, I wondered if I threw out at our meet and greet the other night a crazy idea I had that perhaps we could organize a dance for late fall or early fall or whenever. Once we had the music playing, if somebody sings, it was just inspiring, and I thought, hey, maybe we could have a sock hop or a dance or something. And if it's in the afternoon, so what? Maybe we can get a live band, and if we charge everybody $5, we'll be able to cover ourselves, or $4 or whatever, and have a good time. And if we can't get enough people in Huntington Woods, maybe we open up to people in Berkeley as well, and have a sock hop in our gym. Just think about it. It's something that's possible that maybe we could do, and ask people, see if they think there's something to that. Would people be willing to have their own dance where we dance to a band and just have a party? A senior party could be fun.
Would it be a band or would it be a DJ?
I'd rather get a band, but we could get a DJ.
Bands are expensive.
I got some connections,
Okay.
but
Yeah. Sorry, my dog is a little loud back here, but there's also all the local bands, like I feel like there's a lot of community members in Huntington Woods that do bands. Like that might be kind of a fun way to make it intergenerational.
yeah, an intergenerational dance, that could be a real party. We'd have to do it after school. But we'll come up with something. Think about it, talk about it, and let's see if there's something we can turn it into for the fall. And I'll check back with everybody next month on that one. Okay, HARP and concierge program. Who is going to be able to share with us on that? Jen?
Yeah, I can. So HARP is still not up and running yet. I have had several phone calls for different needs that I've been able to still put people in touch with appropriate people. So the need is being met even though HARP is on hold.
Okay.
And I thank Hank Berry for his help too, because he is a great resource.
Okay. And can you share a little bit about, is this the right time for the return of Monday lunches and whatnot? That's really not concierge. Okay, we'll wait till we get to the rec department. Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. Outdoor equipment, exercise equipment discussion. I think it's a reasonable thing for us to look at. We've all been out there. We've all looked at the park. I met with all of you out there. Everyone had different ideas and thoughts, and I think we need to share them together. And Amy, if you could, before we start, you have a picture you can share with us so everyone can see what you don't. That thing.
No,
Okay.
I mean, I got one from Tracy, but it's sideways the right way. My conceptual drawing is at work.
Oh, okay. But maybe you can give us the little history that you shared so we all are on the same page.
Amy, do you want me to see if I can share that picture from my computer, or will it come up if you make me a co-host, I
Yeah.
might be able to try to, that's the conceptualized drawing that I sent,
I
right?
can hold
Okay,
mine up, but
Yeah. All right, I made you co-host, so you should
Okay.
be able to share screen.
okay. Let me see. if it works.
This was a project that started 3 or 4 years ago. It was worked on by members of the Senior Advisory Committee, members of the public, Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. They selected the equipment, they selected the park it was to go in. The location, the original location for the equipment, is also where soccer is played in practice. And so we found another location in the park that didn't interfere with the soccer playing, but also, was still in the park, which has swing sets so we could be intergenerational, and it has a dedicated parking lot. So there was still that location that it was too far away from the parking lot. So Tracy and I are going to look at other parks to see if there are other parks that are suitable for the equipment. And so right now the project is just on hold.
I'm sorry, guys, I'm having trouble trying to share my screen.
well, we all saw the park. We all,
Yeah, sorry, guys, yeah.
we've all taken a walk through the park, around the park. I don't remember who I saw the soccer players with, who was with me that night. I was with somebody. And so I'd like to hear what other people have to think about it. There was a plan, and there were commitments to be funding this, and I'd like to know what your thoughts are before I share mine. So who would like to start?
I'm happy to start.
Hey, Chris, thank you.
I've definitely heard the concerns that people have expressed on previous meetings regarding getting moved. I think their concerns have some validity. I don't particularly have any. I think it's very important that when we do projects and we endorse projects like this, that I like intergenerational projects. I have a 2-year-old son. I obviously have a real desire for advocacy for older adults too. And I think it's important that we look at inclusive parks as opposed to a senior park and a kid park. And I think Reynolds Park has a real possibility of being just that. It's a showcase on 11 Mile that I think shows our community and can really demonstrate that to the rest of Oakland County too. So while I hear the concerns, I think they're valid concerns. I think there's stuff that this committee should take to heart to make sure that older adults aren't just simply viewpoints aren't shoved out on these views. I'm strongly in support of continuing with the project in Reynolds Park, if we, to the extent we can send that voice to the commission.
Okay, thank you. Laura?
Well, I too visited the park, and I'm not sure what the concerns are. Because if you're going to use exercise equipment, walking to the other side of a park should not be a problem. I mean, we all need to walk. The only time it would be, and then you were talking about how there was going to be like a surface put down, not a sidewalk, but some kind of a surface that people could use to walk on, so that there isn't a problem with tripping in the grass and that sort of thing. So that was the only thing that I could see that would be a problem.
Heidi? I can't see you, but can you share?
I'm gonna just pass on the discussion of this right now.
Okay,
I mean, I don't know what concerns, you didn't really specify what people had brought up that you're talking about. Can you specify those?
Specify the concerns?
Yeah, you said there were concerns and there was issues and whatever, and I don't know if you really,
I was, if you're referring to my comments, I'm referring to the concerns that were expressed in the March meeting in the open comments.
okay, so what, I thought this is not, maybe I'm not understanding, this is not a done deal. I mean, where are we at with this? I mean, is it really, I mean, it's out in the men's club thing, their auction, that's Reynolds Park, so is this really something up for discussion that could change anything, or I'm not sure I understand where we're at.
Well, Amy just prefaced this discussion by saying they're looking into other parks. That would be more appropriate, but I don't know what. I guess we have to wait to see what that result, what the result of that is.
Right.
I was just responding to the concern that I had heard, that walking to the other side of this park was a problem.
Well, it's not convenient, and the intergenerational park thing, I mean, a lot of the parks have a lot of kids' activities. I don't really, and if you look at the senior Hassett Park, whatever you want to call it, that's a disaster. So I don't see the big deal in having a park that's more geared towards adults. And just having kids running around is going to be possibly more issues for seniors or adults. So I don't see, when we have so many parks and things dedicated to children, why we can't have a park or a location that is away from a little bit of that. So there's less chaos and less clashing and less children getting on the equipment and whatever. So that's what I think.
Well, there's equipment for the children right next to it.
Right.
And then at the entrance is where the children play soccer, is my
Right.
understanding.
There's a lot of activity that isn't necessarily friendly for having adult activities. And the concept of intergenerational is great, but it's not that big a space. And it could cause some issues with kids getting on the equipment or trying at the same time or whatever. You just don't know. To me, it seems like a less busy park that would be a little more convenient access would make more sense.
Melissa, you have anything to add?
I like Laura liked the idea of the walkway there. I think that makes it pretty accessible. What I like with the park too is that it does have the parking lot isn't big, but besides Burton Park, I don't know that there's any other parks that I'm aware of in the neighborhood that has dedicated parking besides street parking. And with the new businesses next door, like if there was a problem, there's somewhere to go, I don't know, for help or something like that. I don't know that that's a concern or not. That's just my thinking. So yeah, I liked I think it's a big enough park, and I don't know with the soccer, I think that probably ends come June, right? Soccer doesn't go through the summer. So I think that it's like when my kids played, it was a pretty short-lived in the fall and in the spring. So I don't know that it would cause, with the kids running around, that it would cause a whole lot of disruption for most of the time.
And that is a supervised activity.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Anyway, I didn't have any problem with any of it.
I know, having been on this committee for a while, I remember there were discussions about this a few years ago. And I know people are interested in having equipment for adults to use. And everyone thought it was a good idea. And picking a place was part of it. And the city kind of directed us towards this Reynolds Park. And that seemed like a reasonable place. I look at the plan and it looks like, to me, speaking for myself, it looks like a great plan. I don't like the idea of adults being segregated. or kids being segregated. I love intergenerational stuff. And I think there's a joy in seeing children in parks. And I think it's a joy to be able to do exercise or equipment. I mean, I walk the gym all the time and I see lots of kids and it doesn't bother me, and I work around their activities. I think walking is an easy exercise, and it's about 80, 85 steps from the gate on the at Reynolds Park to where the field, the area is now, where the exercise equipment was looking like it could be positioned, and with screening on the fence along the side there. I think it's a great idea. And having benches along the way to sit down if you get tired, if it's too far a walk, okay. But it's a little bit of an oxymoron to say it's too far to exercise when you take a 2 or 3 minute walk. It just doesn't ring true to me. And I'm not real concerned about kids playing on the exercise equipment because it's going to be, number one, kind of boring, and number two, if they're really that little, they're going to be there with their parents. So I don't see that as an issue, and really it's far enough away from the kids areas that I don't see soccer balls flying in there, and I don't see kids really running around there because there's really nothing for them to do that's fun. It's set up for adults. So I think it's a great plan, and I think it's having all this stuff in one area is a great idea. Amy, you have any comments from the city's perspective?
No,
Okay.
nothing to add.
I also, I know it's not pertinent to what we're talking about right at this second, but I think at one of the other meetings, there's also, just to throw out there, the social worker in me, a lot of people's Medicare plans have what's called silver sneakers, which allow for free gym memberships to one of the local, either Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, or the YMCA. So that's also just another area that is another place for people to be able to exercise. But at I believe they're free, is what my experience has been.
Well, that's a good thing for people to know about. That's for sure.
That's it. I was going to say, except for me, I found out my insurance doesn't cover.
No.
So, oh well.
Then you're stuck with us at 11 Mile Road, Laura.
Yeah. No, I go to the Y.
Okay.
It's not that farther away.
Okay, well, thanks for sharing your ideas, folks, and hopefully we'll have a park. Hopefully we'll have a place. And it would be nice to see this out there for people to use. All adults, younger and older. Okay, then moving along, Recreation Department. Have you got things you can share with us, Jen?
Sure, I can share some things. I have started my Monday Lunch Bunch program back up, and I've had 3 scheduled. We had to cancel the first one due to rain, but we've held 2 at Hasek Park. The first program was Rocco from DPW, and the second program was Robert Wittenberg. That was just this past Monday. And I've had a really good turnout of people. I'd say around 20, I think, both times, which half are eating, half are not, but everybody seems to be enjoying getting together and seeing one another again. And everybody likes being outside. So I think even when things do get back to normal in the summertime, if weather permitting, if it is allowed, I would like to continue to do them outside. Also, we had our first blood pressure clinic yesterday in over a year, and that went really good. We had 7 people show up for that, and that was also outside in front of the rec center at a picnic table by appointment. I did have a couple walk-ins, but it all worked out. Lenny was one. But that was really nice. It was great to see Mary Jo Israel again. She's super amazing. And also I have held a COVID vaccine clinic for the first shot and the second shot of Pfizer since our last meeting. The second one was yesterday. And I think, what did we have, 54 people the first time? And I think 50 the second time, because 4 of them didn't show up, but it went super well. Also by appointment, and Lenny volunteered both times. Thank you again. So that went good. And also, if you know of anybody still looking for a shot, Rite Aid is doing walk-ins now. I'm sure other places are too, but that's who we had do our clinic. So let's see what else.
I interrupt you 1 second. I was really proud of Huntington Woods to step up and do this. I thought it was a really great idea. And I thought it just another little bit of Huntington Woods sharing with ourselves and with the world. I mean, it was a great
Yeah,
thing. 50
I
people
think so
got
too.
inoculated, you know, that's great.
Yeah, it was really good that we could do that. Wish it was a little bit sooner, but hey, we still pulled it off. And then the senior loan closet, I feel like I've gotten my workout going up and down the stairs at City Hall, because I've been giving stuff to people that need it and receiving stuff from people. So I've been busy with that. So thank you for the workout, I guess. And let's see, what else is there? Still doing the daily calls and emails. That's a daily thing. And I think right now that's all I can think of. May's been super busy, but super fun. It's been good.
Jen, you asked me to remind you about birthday calls.
Oh, yes, I did. Thank you. So Lenny and I were talking yesterday about the birthday calls, and I did get a little bit behind on them because I have been more actively busy in person doing things with groups. So he had suggested maybe if anybody wants to help me make a couple calls to get caught up, let me know, and we can do that. If not, I'll catch up.
Well, I'll certainly be able to help. And Melissa, and if I can give everybody, 3 or 4 or 5 people to call over a week, that catches us up. And
if you do make a call for me from the city, and they need to get in touch with me, or they need anything from me, don't hesitate to send them my way, because I'm definitely here if they need anything. But it is a nice little perk. They get really excited. Most get really excited when you call just to say happy birthday. And actually, Lenny, I called him for his birthday call at the first COVID vaccine clinic. He was standing in the gym. So, but
yeah.
I think that's it, unless anybody has any questions for me.
So Melissa, I saw you raise your hand, and I'll help. Does anybody else want to call a few people? Chris? So between the 3 of us, I think we can call 15, 18 people, and 1 or 2 calls a day, and we'll be caught up, because they're not that far behind.
No, we're not that far behind.
It's a week or 2.
But it's just nice, even for them to get to know you guys, being part of the senior advisory committee. I mean, it's nice for that, to reach out. So
Absolutely. Just email the information or text or whatever.
sure. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. I'll share that with each of you after I go over it with Jen. Cool.
Thanks,
Okay.
Lenny.
Joanne, what can you share with us about the library?
Well, we had a wonderful program last night. Wendy Evans did a presentation on art in Nazi Germany, the propaganda type art that was used. It ran for almost 2 hours, and we had 44 people there.
Wow,
44 people on Zoom, which is really tricky to manage.
I'll bet.
But it went very well. This next month, we are doing Grand River Avenue, Michigan's own Route 66. And that will be on June 9th at 7 o'clock. So I urge people to register. It will be a Zoom program at that point. I don't know when we will go back to regular programs. It sounds like the governor's really going to loosen things up by July 1, if not a little bit before, at least as of the press conference this morning or this afternoon.
It'd be nice to go to the library again, that's for sure.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Joanne.
Mhm.
Public participation. Does anyone have anything they'd like to bring up or share? I'll take that as a no. All right, then we'll move on. Our next meeting is Thursday, June 17th. Everyone, the third Thursday of the month. And now we're open for other business. Amy, could you share that master plan update info? Amy, can you hear me?
No, you froze
Amy?
for a minute. What did you say?
Oh,
I'm here.
could you share the master plan? Could you share the master plan update meeting?
Yep, there's a visiting session on Thursday, June 3rd at the Recreation Center from 4 to 7. It's a drop-in event. And the planner consultants are looking for feedback from residents on a couple of different topics. One is an development plan along Woodward. And the other that would be particularly important to this committee is a housing diversification plan, which is a fancy way of saying, how do residents feel about alternative housing to single family housing? So if you can drop into the event, there'll also be a food truck there from 5 to 7. And hope to see you there and hope to get feedback from everyone.
So
Okay.
it's just drop in anytime you want, Amy, between 4 and 7?
Do you have
Yes.
any, can you explain how that's going to work, Amy? I thought it was some kind of different stations or something, or interest points.
Yeah, there'll be different stations. I'm not running the visioning session, so I don't know exactly how it's laid out, but generally there's different stations, and you could put, stickers on things that you like and give feedback to the planners and give information.
Okay. Anyone else, other business? I have a couple of things. I'd like to ask if we could change the September meeting. I know it's a little before time, but I'd like to get ahead of it. From September 16th to the following week, if possible, because that September 16th is Yom Kippur. And some of us will not be able to make that meeting at all. So the third Thursday of the month is September 16th. The next Thursday, would that work for people? 9/23?
Mhm.
So let's, then we don't need to vote on this, I don't think. Can we just change that to 9/23? Everybody good? And we'll share that with
Yep.
Greg. Okay. Also, May 27th, which is next Thursday, is a new resident reception. Tracy, do you know about this? Can you explain this a little bit?
Actually, Colette's on the call too, if,
Oh, hi, Colette.
yeah, if she's probably the best one to give the info on that.
Okay.
Sorry, I was turned off so I could answer the phone, but it actually won't have too much to do with this committee because one person from each club organization, and in this case, one of our committees, department heads and elected officials are invited, as well as anyone moving into Huntington Woods since February 2021 are invited to meet and greet. This year it's going to be on the pool deck, and I think, Lenny, you're going to go represent senior advisory.
I can, yeah, sure.
Don't be
Okay.
so excited about it.
No, I'll be happy to go. I love a party, Okay, so, and I think you said that each group is responsible for bringing a little gift or something to be auctioned off or given away or something? What is?
Yeah, as door prizes, we ask that every all the VIPs bring a door prize. I was hoping that Friends of the Sack could bring something.
Okay. So perhaps I'm addressing this to our group. If everybody could kick in $5, we could make a gift certificate to Holiday Market or something like that for somebody for $25 or $30. Are other members okay with that? I'll give them, I'll go buy one and you can each give me $5 back and we'll be even.
Okay.
Cool?
You have Venmo?
Do I have Venmo? No,
That is hilarious.
I only know Larry, Moe, and Curly. I don't know Venmo. Yeah, Venmo's in my future, in my next life. Okay, anything else, other business? Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn our meeting at 4:17?
Can I ask you quickly, do you have enough for an agenda? I mean, for a meeting next month? Most of the committees don't really meet during the summer unless needed.
I don't know yet. It's early. It hasn't started yet. We got another month to figure it out. We'll see. Anybody have strong feelings about it? Let's assume we'll meet next time then. It's a good time for us to pick up, share, and keep moving with good ideas. After 2 months, you kind of forget who the heck you are. It's already hard enough month to month. At least that's my feeling. Please, other members, feel free to comment.
Whatever you want to do, Lenny, I'm for.
Okay, well, I like.
Although the staff would probably like it, the city people would probably like a month off at some point.
I'm a smarter, not harder person, so.
All right. I wasn't programmed that way. Everything I do is a hard way, I guess. I'm not that smart. Anyway, how about a motion to end our meeting today?
I so moved.
Okay, second?
Second,
All right. Thank you, everyone.
thank you.
We'll see you next month. Take care. And please, if you can come to the artistic salon next week, it'd be nice to have a few members from our committee there. I know I'll be there, and I'm hoping some of you can too. Just please let me know. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Bye.
Stay safe. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye, everybody.